Kyle, the first question is, do you own a gun yourself? Or are you a gun owner?
I didn't when I started, but it was very difficult to get people to talk to me as a complete outsider, and because people were very suspicious. So I changed my tactic, and I started hanging out in gun ranges, target practicing. And when I met people that way, they were much more receptive to the idea of me photographing them in their houses. I was about 6 months into it, and I hadn't taken a single photograph in the first 6 months because people were not really sure what to make of me, and I wasn't able to show them what I was trying to do because I didn't have any photographs. But once I got a portfolio together, about 10 or 11 images, then people stopped asking me whether or not I owned a gun, and it became a non-issue. And I was able to just show people my portfolio and find subjects that way.
And did all those conversations, encounters, did they change anything in your attitude?
Conversations with people really opened my mind up to a myriad of different reasons that people own guns. And it seems that people don't own guns for the same reasons. And there were some reasons that were more persuasive to me than others. I'm a vegetarian, for example, so the idea of hunting, doesn't appeal to me as a reason to own a gun. I did like target shooting, and that to me seems like an appealing reason because I like improving myself and getting better at things and learning things. So I think taking up that, like taking up any sport, like darts or golfing or running, I can understand why people would do that and would be interested in that. So that was a more compelling reason for me. And I met a lot of people who live in really bad neighborhoods where everybody around them has a gun. So that certainly, when somebody would tell me that, I could see why somebody might want to have a gun in their house if all of the people in their neighborhood, had guns. There was a high crime rate, so I could understand that.
How did you manage to get that close to your models? How did you get into their houses?
Well, I had a photography teacher once who told me that photography wasn't really about equipment and cameras and f-stops and knowing lighting and things like that. The photography was really about talking to people, and whether it's being able to convince somebody to let you into their house, or it's convincing somebody to let you take a picture from the top of a building that they own or manage or something like that. People skills are very important in many types of photography, and being able to explain to people what I was trying to do, and that I wasn't judging people, but I just wanted to represent them fairly, that got me into doors. And I think being able to show people a few photographs really helped. That they could look at the photos and see that I wasn't trying to make a political statement of one type or another, but I just really did want to show them and their houses and what their lives were like. I think a photographic subject's reaction is a mirror of the photographer's reaction going in. So I was very happy to do this. I was very grateful that people were letting me into their houses and in their lives. So I was very happy. I was cheerful. I would smile. And I think that reflected on a lot of the people who were in the book who seemed happy and cheerful because I think we were having a good time. I mean, there are none of those photo shoots that I look back at and think, oh, that was terrible. I couldn't stand being there. And I liked meeting people and I liked hearing their stories. So I think that reflected on the way that the people look in the book. I wanted to treat people as humans, as people, as as I would somebody who was next door to me first, and gun owners incidentally. I didn't want to portray them as gun owners. I wanted to portray them as people, as who they were in their daily lives. And I think that going into it, thinking that really helped in the way that the pictures came out. Some people were concerned about other people finding out that they had rare guns or expensive guns or a lot of guns. So I explained to everybody that I wasn't interested in photographing every gun they owned. So if they owned 100 guns, I'd be happy to photograph them with one. Well, some people did that, and other people really wanted to show off their collection. So you have some people who got at it, a half a dozen guns or a dozen guns because they're proud of them. So it ranges from one side to the other.
Did anything surprise you on your way?
Oh, well, a lot of things surprised me. It was a real eye-opening experience for me. Probably one of the most important things that I learned was that I have been living my whole life in a bubble, surrounded by people who think like me, who act like me, who believe the same things that I do. And driving across the country, and America is huge. I didn't realize how big it was until I drove across it. That meeting people in other places who didn't necessarily grow up the same way I did, or think the same things I did, or believe the same things I did, meeting those people was a really wonderful experience for me to realize that people who sometimes believe the opposite of what I believe have thought long and hard about that and believe it for a reason. And it gave me a new ability to listen to people's arguments rather than arguing with them.
Thanks a lot for that. It's been fun talking to you.
Thank you